Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to another OP replays. The teams nowadays are just not the best of teams that we've had in Blitz. Now, these games are going to be games where they shouldn't really be a win. But, you know, because of the teams, they managed to pull it out of the bag. Now, first up, we have Andix 364 in the T95, the Doom Turtle. Now, this isn't the best of tanks. Got a lovely gun, but it is just so slow. Now, as you can see here, you can't really go anywhere in the T95 because it is so small. Now, that there was a beautiful shot on the Defender Mark 1 straight up. And that's the best thing about this map. When you're in a tank like this, you don't really have to go far to get these shots off. And he knew that, and he wasn't willing to move at all. The only problem with a tank like this is when you have no shots, then you have to start moving. And that is when it is really, really slow and it takes time. Especially when your team all go one way, you have to like now, for instance, the enemy have caught base C. All of his team are by base A. Now, he has the choice of, does he go towards his team? But that's going to take some time, and he's going to risk the enemy team coming behind him and just absolutely destroying him. But I think he knows that. I don't even think he'll be able to get there. So what he's just decided to do is just back up, and he's still able to get these shots off on the tanks in the middle. So if the tanks do push from the right, like we are going to see here with the TVP, hopefully he's going to shoot HE here. He's got time. Is he going to shoot HE? He's got plenty of time to shoot HE, and he's still not spotted. He's got all the time in the world at the moment. He's still not spotted. Did I miss that? But he's just going to wait. You can see him waiting. He wants the perfect opportunity, and he gets that opportunity. And what a nice shot that was. And now he is actually spotted. No idea what this TVP is, just like, hey, TVP, hey, TVP, I'm here. A bit too late because now the TVP has gone. So him actually staying here, and I know we always say, like, camping in spawn, but when you're in a tank like this, on a map like this, there isn't really too much choice to go. But at the moment, it is now a 3 versus 5. They are losing on supremacy points. Quite a lot, actually, almost double. And before you know it, it is now a 1 versus 5. 1 versus 5, and there's not really much you can do, to be honest. There's what can you do when it's against 5 tanks? The only thing you could really do is wait. Now, I was hoping for a nice HE, and what we got was another beautiful HE. Now, he could actually wiggle here and try and make it at least a little bit difficult for these teams to get the shot. I would now go for the Defender Mark 1, which he does just that. Nice shot there. And now the Scorpion is going to come out, and as I said about moving your tracks, he does that, and he gets another nice bounce. So 1 versus 4, is he going to get this shot? He needs to get that shot, and he does just that. So the only thing he can really do now is, well, he needs to take out the defender for one. The defender is pushing. No idea why he's pushing. He wants that shot. Is he going to be able to get this shot again? What another nice shot. 5k damage, and he hasn't even had to move. Now, these guys are going to start pushing. The T54 left it a bit late to start pushing, and he is going to get taken out. Now, 720 supremacy points for the red team. He should be able to do this. The IS-3 is there. He's got the hit points. The IS-3 isn't the quickest of tanks. It is quick, but it's not the quickest. Now, what he really needs to do is take care of this defender. Now, is the defender going to start pushing once he's reloaded again? No idea. But, you know, these two guys, with just a T95 left, the defender could just hide, and this IS-3 could just hide because they are winning on supremacy points. There is no reason for them to push. Now, it is 6,000 damage and 2,300 block damage, which is fantastic. But now he really needs to find this defender. Now, the defender is pushing around. Hopefully, with his speed boost, he may be able to get around there and try and get this shot on the defender. Now, he does get another bounce there, 2,700, almost 900 supremacy points, and this is the problem with the T95. Now, I could have actually got this wrong. I don't even know if this is going to be a win or not. By the looks of it, it doesn't look that way. But these guys just want to push. Now, again, he could totally ignore this IS-3 and go for the IS-3 defender, but he's going to get that shot off. Brings him down to a one shot. Now, what did he do here? I would turn for the defender right now because the IS-3 is just shot. So going for the defender is probably the best of choice, but he needs to clear these guys, and he does, again, just that. Now, is this defender going to start pushing, or is he going to hide behind this wall? Now, this is a massive problem with the T95 and why I really dislike it, because it's just so freaking slow. Even with the speed boost, it is just still too slow. Now, this is a horrible situation to be in when you're a one shot, or when you're up against a one shot and it's a heavy, but you still can't chase that heavy. It is just so unfortunate, and this defender is actually going to get a win by the look of it. He is going to get the win. So very, very unfortunate there. Is the defender going to poke out now just because he's got the win? Or he does, but unfortunately just wasn't able to get the shot. So that was a loss. But again, because of supremacy points, it's very, very unfortunate. But he still put up a very, very, very good fight. And again, yes, it was spawned, but he did his job. And there wasn't really nothing he could do about that. The only thing he could have really done is, once he had taken out a couple of the tanks and only left the defenders on the IS-3, is head towards A. But that was a big ask, so because it's such a slow tank. Next up, we're going to have a different kind of battle, and this time it's not supremacy. And again, the teams are just the last game. That yes, they won. Yes, the enemy won, but I don't think they should have won, because what they was doing, like, they was pushing, they just wanted the damage. And up against something like a T95, especially in an IS-3, there's not really too much you can do, to be honest. So that, yes, they got the win. Was it deserved? I don't know. I mean, I suppose they wiped out the team, but it could have been a very, very different outcome. Now, this game is the complete opposite to the game we've just had with the result. So he's pushing our guy here. Who is he? We are watching 1NT Beagle. Now, he's pushing towards the right side of the map, which is fine. But if you look at the mini-map, his team are sort of heading towards the middle. So he does have to be very, very careful that he doesn't get pushed from these guys. The Object 263, the Progetto there, and there's quite a few tanks here in the middle. So he's just pushing the middle. I like going the middle here in a heavy tank, especially if you've got a turret and gun depression. But going in the middle there, where the 113 is actually a pretty good position, as long as you don't get crossfired. And you can open up tanks from this side, and you can open up tanks from the other side as well. So it's a pretty good position, if I'm honest. So now there goes the back chat. No idea why he killed himself. Maybe he wasn't happy, I don't know. But the IS-4 is here, and our guy Beagle is going to use that opportunity, because this Progetto is not looking. This is the perfect time to push these two tanks. So he is going to do that. He's going to start going for the Object 263. Now, a lot of his team are around this area of the map now. So this poor Object 263 is kind of isolated, and there's not much he can really do about that. And he's just going to get gone. So that was a quick push there from his team. At one point, there was just 2 tanks, and before you know it, there's 5 tanks all at this side of the map. So that was a nice shot there on the WZ113, sorry. And this is where the teams I'm on about, like, if you just work together, then you can pull off a win. Like, I've seen 2 versus 7s win because they work well together. Now, at the moment, it is a 4 versus 5. The enemy have a lot of hit points. There's 3 full hit point tanks out there. The E100, the VK, and that E3 there. And this WZ113 is like 1200 hit points. So he's got enough. Now, all they need to do is work well together. But as it happens, they all actually seem to push one by one. The E3 comes in. Yes, he sort of blocks the 113 from dying, but doing that, he's just going to get ripped apart. Now, the 113 is going to get gone, and now this Yo is pushing on the E3. So again, if the E100 and the VK72 pushes and helps this E3, because if this Yo gets to the side of the E3, there's not really too much he can do. And of course, there is a grill there helping as well. But the E3 is now going to die, and as soon as the E3 dies, this is when the grill decides to start pushing. Wrong time to start pushing. push him, but it is now a 1 versus 3, and there's 3 big guns out there. Obviously the Grill, the E100, and the VK. Now the Grill, because he pushes, he's not in the best of positions, and he gets taken out. So that is now 4 kills and 4.4k damage with just 2 tanks left alive. Bear in mind, both of these tanks are still full hit points. So if they both push together, if they both work well together as super heavies, then there is no chance of this T62 winning. But he is going to push. Now that was a very risky push there. I would have stayed below the hill, below the sort of dune there, not the dune, but the the hill in the middle, because the E100 wasn't able to get his gun down, but he decides to push. The E100 is backing up into sort of a corner, and then he just decides to sort of move a little bit, wastes his shot, and he gets the bounce. That's 1100 block damage at the moment. And finally, as soon as the E100 is very low hit points, now here comes the VK72, and he misses his shot, and yet again another bounce from the E100. However, he does get shot from the VK, but he does take care of the E100. So now he's up alone against the VK72, who is slow, and he's in the middle of the map. Literally, he's got no cover whatsoever. Now luckily our T62A can actually take a shot, so if he messes up a little bit, he can actually take a shot, and at least he knows he has time then from the reload. But as it is now, the VK is just backing up into the corner. He does make a mistake here. He should just keep backing up into that corner, but he decides to start turning, which now allows the T62 to get to the side of him, only just. But yet again, he gets another bounce, and now we know the VK is on a long reload, and with one of the best, or one of the highest DPM tanks in the game, there's not really too much you can do. And now he starts backing up into that corner. So yeah, it shouldn't have been a win, to be honest. He played very, very well. But if they just worked well together, the enemy team, they could have easily finished this out and got the win. But nevertheless, a fantastic game. 8,300 damage, 2,000 base XP, and a very, very nice battle. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm meadsyreplays, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye. With